Okay, dear students, we'll discuss the another relationship, the relationship between the molality and mole fraction. Now I'll discuss the relationship between molality and mole fraction. X2. X2 means it is the mole fraction of solute. X2 means mole fraction of solute we are discussing. One means solvent, two means, so here we are indicating mole fraction of the solvent x1, mole fraction of the solute x2, molar mass of the solvent gmm1, molar mass of the solute gmm2. Okay, now we'll write the definitions of the molality. What is the molality? It is the m mole per kg, that means m moles of solute, m moles of solute per kg of the solvent. It is, what is molality? Is the m mole of solute per kg of solvent. So it is m mole per 1000 gram of solvent. 1000 gram of solvent. So molality will give you certain information. It gives you the number of moles of the solute. So what is the number of moles of the solute? That would be denoted by N2 for solute. N2, so it is m mole. It is m mole. It is, you are getting this information. And what is the mass of the solvent? 1000 grams. We have written mass of the solvent. So these two information you are getting from the value of the molality. Okay, to find out the molality we need the number of moles. Here we are going to discuss the mole fraction, so we need the number of moles as well as number of moles of the solute as well as number of moles of the solvent. So here we have got the number of moles of the solute. Here we have got the number of moles of the solute. We have got how much? M moles. Number of moles of the solute we have got, but number of moles of the solvent is not known to us. So that's why we must calculate the number of moles of the solvent also, because to find out the mole fraction we need the number of moles of the solute as well as number of moles of the solvent. So now we have got the number of moles of the solute, so we will be calculating the number of moles of the solvent also. So but we know the mass of the solvent. So when the mass of the solvent is given, then it is very easy to find out the number of moles of the solvent, because when the actual mass is divided by molar mass, then it gives the number of moles. So that is why the moles of the solvent can be taken out. So moles of the solvent we have assumed is as N1. So it is actual mass. How much it is? 1000 gram. So 1000 gram of the solvent is divided by, because in the molality expression we have got the 1000 gram of solvent. So 1000 gram is the actual mass of the solvent. It was divided by the molar mass of the solvent, that is GMM, because you are expressing it in gram, that's why we should write GMM1. So it is 1000 by GMM. Now we have got the moles of the number of moles of the solute as well as solvents. So we can find out the mole fraction of solute as well as solvents. First I am finding out the mole fraction of the solute. So mole fraction of solute, mole fraction is already taught to you, you must be aware of that. Formula is N2 by N1 plus N2. This is the number of moles of the solute to the total number of moles of the solution. This is the number of moles of the solute to the number of moles of the solution, that is N1 plus N2. Solute as well as solvent both are there. So now we have got the value of N1 and N2, that will be putting. Value of N2 is how much? It is M. Value of N2 is how much? It is M. And value of N1, it is how much? 1000 by GMM1. So that's why we are putting both the value in this formula. In this formula, putting both the values, we have written the value of both N2 M, N1 1000 by GMM1 and N2 M. So we have written this formula and we will be rearranging it. So after the rearrangement, we are getting X2 equal to M by 1010. So you can utilize this one, further rearrange it, because GMM1 is the division to this one and this one both. So so that's why it will be separated. So now it will be like that, you can write. Now we'll be taking GMM1 to upside. This is the sign of division, so it will be reversed, so that's why GMM1 will go to this here, it will be multiplied and it will remain as it is. So this is the calculation of the mathematics, you understand better. If you have any problem you may ask me, but I think you must have understood such kind of relationships. So this formula can be utilized to find out the mole fraction of the solute if the molality is given to you. If the molality is given to you, then you can utilize this formula to find out the mole fraction of the solute. So this is the relationship between the mole fraction of solute with the molality. So if the molality is, then we have got another mole fraction, that is the x1 also. That means the molarity for solvent. So I'll give you the two kind of calculation for solvent. One will be little bit difficult, another will be very easier. So for easier will be remembering, but I am explaining both. So here x1 equal to n1 by n1 plus n2, it is the mole fraction of the solvent. x1 represents the mole fraction of the solvent. So what is the formula? Number of moles of the solvent to the total number of moles of the solution. So value of n1 is written here, value of n1 and n2 you have calculated, and after the calculation we are having this one. Further we calculate, just I am making the calculation. These are the calculation, very easy, you can understand it. So x1 equal to this one, we have rearranged it. After rearranging you got this one. So for x1 you have got the value. So with the help of this formula, you can find out the mole fraction of solvent also. So this is the important relationship. With this formula you can find out the value of the mole fraction of x1. That means mole fraction of the solvent also you can find out with this formula. Now we have got the value of x1 as well as we have value of x2. So we will have another type of relation involving x1 and x2. So we have got the value of x1 as well as x2. So now we will be writing x1 by x2, value of x1 we have written here, value of x2 we have written here, and after making calculation. So these are the calculation, we can make calculation by writing over your piece of paper. So you get the final relationship between x1 and x2. So this is the ratio of mole fraction of solvent to solute, x1 by x2 equal to 1000 into 1000 by GMM into m into GMM1. So this is the relation, but it appears to be very complicated. So generally we don't use this relation. Okay. So now we have got from this formula we can have a relationship for molality. Now we can find out the molality. So rearrange it, m will go this side and this x1 x2 will come this side. So we have taken this x1 by x2 will come at this position and this m will go at this position, crisscross. So we have taken like this. So this formula we have got, we rearrange it, x2 will go to the upper side. So now you are finally you are getting this one. So when the mole fraction of the solute is given, if the mole fraction of the solute is given, then you can find out the molarity. If the mole fraction of solute is given, then you can find out the molality of a solution. Mole fraction of the solute as well as solvent, in this case only x2 is there. That means if the mole fraction of the solute is known to you, then you can find out the molality of the solution by using this formula, but it appears very complicated. Okay. Now in another way we will make the calculation. We will be using this value, we will be using this value. Remember this, which one? Value of x2, this one we will be using. This value will be using x2, and this value of x1 will be using this value of x1. We have marked it like this, we will be using these two values. We have marked it like this, that we will be using this value. So we will be using this value, this one and this one, and again we will make the calculation. So we will be writing x1 by x2, value of x1 is this one. I have shown you, this is the value of x1 and this is the value of x2. Rearrange it. So this entire and this entire expression will get cancels, this entire expression. So now what is even 1000 by gmm 1, and this side this m at denominator. So finally you are getting this one. It's a very easy one, appears shorter formula also, it will take less time to calculate. So now you get, now bring this m this side and this x1 by x2 this side. So I have done this like this, crisscross, I got it. Now this x2 will go to upside here, it will inburst. So you got this one. So most of the people use this relationship, it appears very easy, but in this case you need both the mole fraction of the solvent as well as mole fraction of the solute. So this relationship is the best relationship to find out the molarity when the mole fraction is given. So this is the best relationship between the molality and mole fraction. This is the best relationship between the molality and mole fraction of a solution. Okay. So remember this. This is the relationship between molality and mole fraction. This relationship generally we people use. It appears easy. So that's why this relations we are using. When the mole fractions are given, we can easily find out the molality of a solution.